Like I remember, I made a prank call from where I used to work, and the cops came, and I could have lost my job, and
Yeah.
that would have been devastating.
Where was that?
At the community center,
Who'd you prank? I don't remember.
a baseball card store.
Did you? I don't remember this.
Yeah, they were rude to me in the store, so when I got back, me and Kevin pranked them on the rec phone, and they did the dial back. It's just before computers.
Right.
You get caught, and then they called the cops, and the Red Bank police called my boss, or like people are making pranks out of this number, and he was like he couldn't figure it out. So I copped to it though, because I told him because he was really like what's going on.
Right.
So I copped to it. And I told him it was a foolish indiscretion. I shouldn't have did it. It was immature, and it was certainly you're not paying me to make prank phone calls.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you say? Like, what was so bad that the fucking police got involved?
I mean, granted, we're like in our 20s too.
I'm real sorry about that, boss. I was acting the fool. I realize that now. We threatened to shoot the guy or something.
We kept calling him, and we could ask for like I would pretend that this is awful though, because I pretended I was handicapped. And
so far, it's awesome.
And I would kept calling him and asking him if he had certain cards and how much they were, and I knew, and just annoying him, like like the calls I get now.
Yeah.
Right.
There aren't pranks, but
just dummies.
Yeah.
I saw a comic book, man, and
how much is this worth? I got that.
I used to have that when I was a kid.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. At the end of the calls, we would obviously make it known that we were pranking him and laugh and hang up on him. We called him again. He's like, "All right, assholes, I'm got the cops. I'm calling the cops." And then we called back and pretended we were the cops. We're like, "Hey, how you doing?" We were like, "Hey, we traced that number to that call. It was the knuckleheads that have been calling you." And he was like, "All right, yeah, give me the number." The guy goes to the baseball card store. And we're like, yeah, the calls are coming from inside the store. They're inside your store. Get out of the store now. And he was like, and he started screaming at us. And we thought we were so funny. I mean, we were laughing like crazy. Funny. I mean, we thought we were so much smarter than this asshole and everything. And then like a half hour later, Detective Schultz calls on the line, and I'm like, my face drops. As Timmy's going, what? Huh? And I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah, it was bad. Tail between my legs, and I don't. That's why I don't. But then you know what? But I don't make prank calls no more because I learned. I don't want to walk with my tail ever between my legs.
Except for cold cuts out. Yeah, masterminded on the air.
But I don't want to walk with my tail between my legs ever again.
Well, who are you going to answer to these days?
Huh?
Who would you answer to?
Well, if I have to answer to anybody, I mean, you're always going to answer to somebody. I don't care. Unless even the president's got to answer to Congress. Clinton had to walk with his tail between his legs.
That was a lot more than just being like, "Hey, do you have this card?" He's lying to the American public.
But you saw the shame in his face, and no more shameful than me when I had to go in front of my boss and tell him that I had to make prank phone calls. It's hard, but you own up to it. You own it.
Oh, there you go.
That's owning it.
That's the difference.
And you know what? And there was and he was just like, he looked at me and he's like, "All right, don't do that again." And I was just like, "Don't worry, it won't happen again." And it didn't happen again.
Right.
But you're having fun, man.
Right, but I could have did it from my own house or Kevin's house. Would have been the proper move. Not go back to work and start making pranks.
Kevin would have gotten in way more trouble if his mom found out.
Yeah, I don't know if he remembers that. I'm sure he does though, because he thought like I said, we were crying for a little while, and then the tears of shock ran down my face when the detective called.
My life is over.
I don't want to lose my job. I thought that I could get, I don't know if they could press charges.
So there was no part of you that looked at me and you're like, "Well, the shit he's done, he still works here." You need a prank call. And what kind of fucking idiot is like, "That's it, I'm calling the cops on these guys." They get the law involved.
I called the cops. Somebody called here and threatened my life.
That's a little different.
You know, it said that they were
It
like.
said it wasn't. Wait a second, wasn't it? I remember this. It was like some guy who was calling, like he was trying to sell you something. Right?
No, he had won something off like infant stages of eBay. When I first joined eBay, and I sold him some treasuries, some Marvel treasuries, some DC treasuries. They're big, oversized comics from the '70s. And he goes, "Leave me feedback." He sent me an email, like real cold. "Leave me feedback." And I was like, and I wrote back, "I'll get right on it." Not. And
This was right after Wayne's World.
This is an error. Like I can't make fucking prank phone calls no more. I gotta do something.
It was all pent up.
Not.
I know.
And he sent me a barrage of emails that were like insane. He called like he would like real like about. He knew my name was Flanagan.
Right.
And he called me Flanpig. This dude was nuts. He sent me, and he was going to crack my skull against the curb to see my brains drip out. You're a Mick. You're a piece of shit. He was like, you fuck your mother. It was crazy. This guy went overboard,
Right.
and I knew that I had somebody on the line that I could go back at now.
Right.
And I went back at him, and then he must have called information, and he got the phone over to the store, and he goes, "I'm looking at you right now, asshole. And guess what? I'm going to take a gun, and I'm going to shoot you right through the window." And it led me to believe he probably wasn't. Right there, but when he said the window, though, look at me through the window,
Right.
It was accurate, though. He could look at me through the window.
That was the day Walt started making Mike wear his clothing.
So hey, Mike, come here a second. I'm going to say a word to you, and you tell me if you remember this name. Well, it's 2 words. Get on, Mike. Tell me how flustered I was when I'm. Power Ring. Do you remember Power Ring?
Oh my God. Holy crap. The only time Walt ever made a folder for somebody's email ever.
I thought the 2 words were going to be Flanpig.
This guy's name was Power Ring, and
I've never seen anyone so anti-Irish in my life. Holy shit. You drunken bum, Flanagan.
Really?
You Mick bastard.
didn't he say he called up and he was like, "I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to put a bullet through your head."
It was, his rage was awesome.
And so I called the Red Bank police, and
This all comes
me,
down to like he just wanted feedback.
Yeah. So I called the cops and in Red Bank, and they were very unsympathetic.
Really?
They were just like, "What do you want us to do?" And I was like, "Well, fucking 10 years ago, you were ready to fucking get me by the short hairs." Because the baseball card store was in Red Bank that we were
Really?
calling.
Yeah, like, how do you like it?
So I'm like, so now you guys, so what happened in that 10 years? What happened, what crime took prevalence over fucking prank phone calls? But that you don't care anymore. They're like, you got to call he goes, "Where does this guy live?" And I had his address because I'd sent him the merchandise. I go, "He lives in Florida." And they're like, "Call the Florida police, pussy."
Called you pussy?
Not pussy, but
okay,
so
that's
much
what
as
I
like,
say.
they were saying like,
Right.
"Are you for real? Don't waste our time with this."
Well, I was.
He
What's
threatened
your
to shoot
job?
us.
He's threatening to kill me.
I said he knew that I worked in a location where he could see me through the window. I said, "That's weird," I said.
Right.
And they didn't care, though.
Wow.
They said, "Call the Florida police." I never did, but
Did you report him to eBay?
yeah. And it got us both fucking suspended because they looked at my emails back to him, and I went back at him because I went back at him with just as much. I was just like,
Sure.
You need to get your dick in a pussy," I said, besides a comic book. I was really going after him, too. I was just like, I was calling them, back in the day when you could call people like slurs without getting in trouble.
When geeks butt heads.
Yeah. And then they looked at my emails, and eBay suspended my account. I've been suspended by eBay so many times, it's not even funny. You're a bad boy. Right?
Flanpig.
Flanpig, I know. This guy's a rogue.
I learned a lot back from, now I feel like a straight and narrow, though, now.
Now you leave feedback, you don't bother.
I still get those, because I'm not a good feedback. I guess it's like foreplay, you know. I don't really care about giving feedback to people. I just want the money or the merchandise that I win. You know, whatever. If they send me the money, they win it from me. I get it to them lickety split. It's about customer service. Get it to them, the item. I'm not worried about this stupid feedback.
The compliments.
I don't worry about And a lot of people take that the wrong way. So
especially people, it's like you have 20,000 fucking comments to the positive. What the fuck is one more? What do you care?
Yeah, but to this day though, when people do write, I do get these emails. Please leave me feedback now, and I'm just like, I'm tempted to go
right the window.
I'm tempted to shoot off a nasty email, but I'm always like, you know what? I think
I've grown
back.
up since then.